And it made sense because last week every employee was given papers saying we are not allowed to talk about our company to anybody on our MySpaces, on our Twitters. We're not allowed to publicly talk about our political affiliations or anything like that. And everybody in the company was like, why are we having to fill these papers out? We've been working there for a long time. But
everything's really a chilling effect. Just like you can't have a liberal or conservative kiosk at a mall. They're banning them all. And you can't wear a shirt that says peace or with a dove on it. The cops are coming up and saying, take that off. It's a protest, unauthorized. They're letting everybody know that you lose your job if you speak out. It's an attempt at a chilling effect. We've all got to speak out, or America dies, the bankers win, they get to carry out the eugenics shop. But tell folks more about it.
Well, it's basically what's going on with Bright House Network. We have been getting some training about, even on, they say it's for field techs, but even the operators, we've been getting training on listening for different things in the background when we're talking to people on the phones. Babies crying, ask questions why babies might be crying, different things. If someone sounds stressed out, make sure everything's okay with them. And they're saying it's just for the, because some people get stressed out about their cable, but it doesn't make sense.
Now, let me stop you. Let me tell you, how do you introduce to a country that was once free to be Stasi, secret police, spies? How does it happen? They always say, well, nationwide and worldwide, like the New York Times reported, they tell the middle schoolers, and even younger, but by middle school they write mock tickets to mommy for leaving the water on while she brushes her teeth. Mock tickets to mommy for taking a hot bath. And the parents are in the New York Times and the Washington Post and these articles that we've read on air going, oh, I'm so glad my daughter, my 9-year-old daughter, my 10-year-old daughter is reporting me now. It's so good. She's helping me lower my carbon footprint. And it's put out there like it's normal. And so the way they turn everybody into a spy, it's just, oh, you're a social worker now. You've got to listen for what's in the background. And so if you hear somebody yell at their kid, the CPS now says that's abuse. I have the Texas handbook. They tried to steal one of our employees' kids, and they said yelling, we take your kids. There's no law, but still the police follow orders and come and take them. And so they're getting ready to totally convert the economy to police state. And so everyone, cable workers, carpet cleaners, operators on the phone, I've seen reports where they're training the Indian people in India, 8,000 miles away, to spy and listen to what's happening in your house. Google's announced the cameras and microphones in your computers. They're using that to listen to your home and just openly announcing it like it's no big deal. And so, yes. But at first it's just ask if they're okay and go ahead and make a note of it. And then next it's go ahead and, now we're going to have you listen to the recordings because they're recording what's going on. And so this is their pretext. But I'm going to shut up. Go ahead and tell us what else they're telling you to do.
Well, I actually got to run out, but I just wanted to say keep up the fight. I definitely believe eugenics is the most sinister thing I've ever heard about. The more I read about it, the more it makes me sick. But I am a believer, and I know God's in control of everything in the end, and we will win the fight.
Hold on. I know you've been holding for 30 minutes to get on. Hold on. Are you at work right now?
No, I'm about to take a shower so I can get to work.
Okay, I know you got to go, but you can be 5 minutes late here. Specifically, I'm going to shut up here. We're about to go to break, but just tell me. Specifically, they're telling you to ask social worker questions, and again, they're easing you in where it sounds reasonable at first. Specifically, what are they saying?
Well, it's just a training, It's just training on hearing what's going on with the customer. It's all done for customer service. We want to make sure our customers are happy. They're not stressed out. We deal with a lot of older people. If you hear a baby crying, well, is everything okay? When you hear people stress levels raising up, ask them questions on what's going on. Different things. Obviously, there's key things when they make threats and things like that, and anger, make sure that they don't have a weapon on them or they're not going to threaten us. But it's almost sometimes like they want us to get the person to threaten us. If we would just kind of leave some of this alone, the people are just pissed because their cable.
Well, have you seen the news where people yell at the customer service? They're now SWAT teaming them and charging them.
That's ridiculous.
Under terrorism. But here's the issue: that's all being recorded and uploaded to the police. I guarantee you.
Absolutely. Every single call is recorded that I make. When we're coached on calls, they can pull up every single call that's made within a second. It's right there in front of them.
What about getting the technicians to spy on people when they're in the homes?
Well, I'm not a technician, so I don't have information on that. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you know, of course. And also, I just wanted to say, Bright House is not owned by Time Warner, as some of the people on the website. It's actually owned by Advanced Newhouse, which is the same company that owns a lot of the major publications like the Star Ledger and things like that. So we're owned by Advanced Newhouse. Which is
all right. So Watson's got that part wrong.
Yes.
We'll correct that right now. Was it previously owned by Time Warner?
No, cable companies always take over each other. So Time Warner was in this area at one time, then we kind of took it over. That's how cable companies work. I actually worked for Comcast for several years too. So.
All right. Well, we'll check into that. Do me a favor. Talk to some of the repair guys when you see them on the parking lot. Say, hey, I saw an article about are you guys now spying on people? Boy, I want to get in on that.
I promise you I will do that, and I will call back using the Donnie again and let you know about it. And absolutely, because I am an info warrior. The people that I used to think were absolute nut jobs is the person I've become now. And, you know, it's really kind of freaky to me. But, you know, I'm educated enough to not even believe everything you say until I go and research it. And I think that's the main thing. We have to research everything.
That's the key. That's the key. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Because I want people to research what I say, because you'll find out I'm about 95% accurate, and we try to tell the truth, and over time we're very, very accurate and have a good track record. You start researching the establishment, you're going to find out they're a pack of lying, spinning curs. Now listen, this is the kind of show I should do. We ought to do a whole show for 4 hours just with whistleblowers about spying call-in. Oh, man, I'm going to do that show. We're going to start doing these investigative reports where the callers call in, where they also email us the proof. In the next segment, 33 after, to be precise, at PrisonPlanet.tv for the last 2.5 hours of this worldwide radio show. We'll continue with open phones for first-time callers throughout the broadcast at 1-800-259-9231. But, guys, remind me to start doing investigative report shows where, for, say, 3 hours of a 4-hour show, I just cover one subject and have a few reporters on about confirmed cases of what we're covering, but then have listeners say, like I'm reading this Fox News story about cable company employees spying on you, Operation Bright Eyes. Well, we already know about this, but now it's mainstream news. Why not have other people call in, trucking companies and other telephone company people, and call in, fake name, whatever, and say, yeah, look into this. My company's doing that. We've done a few shows like that years ago, and those are just amazing. So much info comes out. So we're going to definitely, starting next week, once a week, we'll do a different subject. And like I've done shows like, send us documents on mass graves, and then we get confirmed state of New York secret documents about preparing mass graves for flu going back 2 years ago, and then people call the numbers. The news then calls the numbers and confirms the documents we got. That's how we break most of the big national stories. We break is people feeding us the info. And we can do it live time on PrisonPlanet.tv, have folks sending us documents. And then we could have a team in there calling the numbers, double-checking the documents. You know, I got a Homeland Security document. How do I check it? I call and say, I've got document Q794LL30- here dealing with this. This is Alex Jones, GCN Radio Network. I'd like to confirm this is your document. How did you get that document? Who gave that to you? I'd like to know which agent gave that to you. Is this yours? I'd like to give you a supervisor. You talk to the supervisor, and they say, yes, that's our document. Or you can be even more sneaky and just call up and say, yeah, I need another copy of 03Q945, dash EL39er. Oh, boy. And then people can't believe it always when we break it, and then later it comes out it's real. But I want to do more of that. Hey, we got Ted Pike coming up. We might still kill the hate bill was the headline. And then he has another headline that I want to print, that hate bill passes, but not as bad as it first was. I want to get that second one. We'll get an update, too, on the Cyberbullying Act and the rest of the garbage coming up. I'm going to continue with your phone calls. Rand Paul is coming up as well. But before I do that, I just wanted to briefly put out this announcement. But I want listeners to please pay attention to what I'm saying, because this is very, very important. Ted Anderson owns Midas Resources. He's been in gold and silver brokering for now 30 years this year. And Midas Resources has done something that's made it really a leader in gold and silver. Ted will buy gold and silver when it's low, or when it dips. It hasn't been low much the last few years. And then when it goes up, he sells it at a lower price. But it's been probably 5-6 months since he had a deal like this, and this is the end of the deal. He bought gold when at the 900 to 910 level. Some of the gold he bought at the 910, some at the 901 level, he told me. And so those cost savings are priced in. The gold he's selling is priced into that level of the market. When it's $956 right now, up